Freezing cold day in Ohio. It's like 22 degrees Fahrenheit. The wind is gusting to 25-30 miles an hour. And I'm out riding. This is my brand new 2024 Beta 300 Race Edition. 2 spark plugs, twice the fun. Hey, I picked up this bike this week from my good friends at Pony Power Sports, Columbus, Ohio. And I'll tell you what, it's good enough to make me want to come out and ride in the middle of January in Ohio. I'm trying to do the best I can just to give you a feel for the bike, because what stands out is this wonderful engine. I know there's a lot of updates. This seat, it's definitely better. Maybe a little taller, maybe 5 or 8 millimeters taller. A little wider, definitely softer. Even at 22 degrees, I can feel it. It's probably good enough not to even mess with it. I'm happy. Dual spark plugs, that stands out a ton. This engine is great. We're going to play around on it here a little bit. This is really my second ride on it. The color, the blue stuff, looks way better in person. I'm kind of digging it now. And I get a little different colors up here on the handguards. I think the master cylinder was a little different there too. It actually has a mechanical switch for the brake switch now instead of pressure. The handlebar, the radius, the steering radius, no longer an issue. This thing turns sharp, don't even notice it, even when I'm putzing around here in the woods. So, let's take it out and play a little bit. Maxxis tires, well, shoot, it's freezing today. Ground is frozen. Nothing's going to work good without studs, but I can't really try those out. The new thicker frame, I'm not really sure how they changed the frame yet, but I can't really tell at this point. We'll get some more time on it here as the weather breaks and gets a little nicer, but for now it feels like a beta. Even the suspension settings, yeah, it might be a tick firmer than my 23 race or 300 race edition, but in these kind of slippery trail conditions, I can't notice a big difference. It still steers like a beta. It's got that precise feel and that kind of quick, easy front end. You can move it around. But this engine is just standout for me, and it has been even on my 23. They're just so smooth. But this dual plug engine, it's got a little more snap and bark. That low to mid. Quicker rev, you know, it feels a little more torquey, it doesn't have that initial kind of soft feel. It just feels a little more meaty down there. And even in this slippery conditions, you can just kind of pop that front end up. That's even in third gear, and just lug it here in second. And like I said, it's 22 degrees. I've got the jetting is just bone. Everything's bone stock. I think the air screw came at 1 1/4. I put it at 1. I just went 1 in a little bit, or 1/4 in, just to. This is real slippery here. It's kind of ice, but just to give it a little more fuel at low RPMs. And I have not messed with the power valve yet or anything, but this, I think, kind of the dual plug, I think that the combustion, maybe just a little sharper and crisper. Even starting it up in the cold, it starts better and it just has that torque. I really don't. I mean, Beta just does such a good job with these engines. And maybe we can run it on this straight, but it still pulls nice up top. Has that quick response, roll on torque. And that's kind of I think the biggest change. And it still pulls. It's fast. It's just fun. Now, it's going to be fun we'll compare it to my 23. I think they just sharpened it up. And yet it still has that nice torque at low RPM. Pulls nice. Brakes are good. And you can still just torque it around in that slow stuff. This is all second. So yeah, I'm still just a huge fan of this engine. And I know I've got the throttle body injected Husky and stuff, but there's just something about the simple mechanical carburetor. Just works. And Beta's got it sorted. And like I said, I haven't even messed with the power valve. I don't want to touch anything. 22 degrees, running perfect. Listen how quiet that thing is. Steering, that's no longer an issue. We got clearance. KYB suspension just works right out of the box. Finally got a comfortable seat. Man, these things, they are fun. And man, look at this red color. Of course, the woods have no color here in the winter. This thing just stands out. But anyhow, 2 big thumbs up. More rides coming soon. 2024 Beta 300 Race Edition.